Two random topics, finance and tennis. Let's make an insane project idea out of it. The topics might not appeal to you, but how I emulate these ideas will. Finance is an ocean of study, involves money, stocks, data graphs, and math. I'm no expert, just taking a wild guess. Every industry, company, nook and corner, from the fork you use to eat to the Italian marble floor drawing Q passes out on. Every company behind has a financial info behind it. Guess what sports is? A business with companies behind players, equipment, health, fitness, food, nutrition for all the athletes with all individual companies. Guess what tennis is? A sport. You need bats, balls, court shoes. There's a plethora of factors to dive in. Find what interests you. There's so many ways to go about it. You can literally raise funds to finance opening a well crafted tennis facility for a business. Your ability to finance it with efficiency would be a true skill. If you pick it in a good enough area, it could be profitable. You'll learn you don't need to pay for everything you want to own a piece of it, ways to finance it. Then you can slowly upgrade, improve, and have potent players practicing there. But let's go more niche. You can pick your favorite Wimbledon tournament with your dream childhood moments, with your favorite players, and find ticket sales cost structures, as in what the tickets cost fund. March, maybe find other streams of cash and make a dashboard for the next Wimbledon to come. Sure, people will tell you a lot of your ideas, thoughts, possibilities aren't feasible in reality, but parts of it will be. Parts of other ideas will be. Combine those, maybe not give up. There's always something to be made better with creativity. If it all were so simple and impossible, the world would be much more binary today. We have variety not because we can have it, but because it's necessary. Again, analyze stock prices for all equipment manufacturing companies. Like I said, balls, bats, even the diving nets, the stadium partners, and see how top player performances crank up the companies that sponsor their stuff. Then analyze to see which companies equip the most successful players or which best players boosts up the company names. Maybe make a simulation at midnight. See a player as a financial asset. With every performance, the player valuation runs up or down. With more performances, you get a stable understanding of their performance and the trajectory of their valuation. Maybe run a Monte Carlo simulation with thousands of random trials to measure uncertainty, performance, and hence how it affects your defined cash flow function. Then run it on a real player based on the past performance on that model to predict their future performance. And then sip cans of cola after work as you watch their games and post on Twitter that your model predicts Alcaraz is gonna win tonight. Better yet, how much his valuation is gonna change with every winning set tonight. How cool would that be? Compare invested money versus how much the player is making to create a financial metric of your own. As you keep comparing it for different players and finding their ROI, you'll see areas of highest investment for the player which you are yielding the most impact for. And before you say it, I know there are analysts who get paid full time roles to do this stuff, but imagine you made a whole robust project which people are being paid full to do and then showed it to an employer or the company for some kind of partnership, or just your friends to flex with. You can still expand the project by reverse engineering who and where the investments are coming from ultimately, and make a whole timeline of where what amount of money yielded what kind of impact. That's pure finance around a vertical. Go wild with it. Think about the audience who buys tickets, shows up in the games. What do they like to see? What do they see? Who are they? How does their presence affect the game? What age groups of people show up for which players? Go behind the scenes. Who made the courts? What are the courts made of? How does clay affect the players versus grass? Who made the entire stadiums? How much money went into it? What areas are the stadiums in? How do all of these metrics, from the placement of the stadium to the ranges of audience buying tickets and showing up, impact to player performances? Neither am I into tennis, nor am I into finance myself. But you can see what I'm trying to go for here. But think about what's usually possible in your areas. There are applications of your areas of interest intertwining with each other. Can you mix and match some of these findings that nobody thought of before? How do you take components from different things and find something unique? Because, like they say, good artists copy, great artists steal. Lots of these ideas are of my own. Lots more I've generated with my AI techniques, all of which are high quality, breaks it down for you precisely, cuts out fluff, and focuses on practicality than simply generating ideas for the sake of it. My Midnight project has been helping me make other projects. I'll show it to you guys soon. But for now, what are some unrelated topics you want me to help come up with for fun project ideas like these? I hope things genuinely feed your mind to think about your passions. Soon I'll show you guys the stuff I'm working on personally myself too. What are you making tonight?